A former government minister has led the debate on the actions needed to help halt poverty and improve the life chances of people living in Darlington. Chair of the Social Mobility and Child Poverty Commission, the Right Honourable Alan Milburn, spoke out at a major Prosperity for All conference hosted by Darlington Partnership. With significant numbers of family incomes falling below the poverty line, 2/3 of children in the town classed as poor are now living in working households, with children born into poor families facing a lifetime of poverty, resulting in high economic and social costs for generations to come.
So I think this is a very important event. The need to ensure that as the economy grows now, our society is growing as well is the biggest issue that the country faces. For very many decades we've become a far wealthier society, but we struggle to become a fairer one. And if anything, the gap between the haves and the have-nots is getting wider in Britain. You can see it between the north and the south, between the young and the old, between the rich and the poor. And we have to do something about that. And I think a lot of this, of course, will come from national government and what universities do and what big employers do. But in the end, a lot of it's got to come from local communities, local schools, local childcare centres, local employers and local parents. And I think if we can find a way of pulling together to ensure that we know what makes a difference when it comes to addressing poverty and improving social mobility. If we can begin to apply those lessons locally, then we can have an area, the region, and a town that is not just more prosperous, not just wealthier, but fairer as well.
Leader of Darlington Council, Councillor Bill Dixon, welcomed delegates to the conference and noted that to prevent Darlington becoming a divided society, there needed to be more social recovery alongside the town's current economic growth.
As a borough, we've been incredibly fortunate in attracting some very high value, high skilled jobs which are incredibly well paid. But we need to address that balance. We need to remember that the world isn't just made up of graduate engineers or microbiologists, of which we will have an awful lot. But we need to ensure that what wealth we can generate is more fairly spread throughout the entire borough. Otherwise, we will reap what we sow.
MP Jenny Chapman, Member of Parliament for Darlington, chaired a debate with distinguished panel the Right Honourable Alan Milburn, the Right Reverend Paul Butler, Bishop of Durham, Kate Rowe, Principal of Darlington College, Mike Matthews, Managing Director of NIFCO UK Limited, and Margaret Whitehead, Chair Inquiry on Health Equity for the North, on the actions required at local, regional and national levels to stop the recent increases in poverty and help improve the financial well-being and life chances of those currently living in poor households.
It's really good to be part of Darlington Partnership today. I think this event is really important to get people from all sectors together talking about issues around prosperity and poverty. We have to act together if we're going to make improvements in ordinary people's lives. And if we don't do it together, it won't work.
Well, the reason I'm here today is because I think that the skills agenda is just so important for the overall agenda of prosperity for all. Young people having the right skills to set them on their best career path in life, and for the local economy to thrive because we've got people with the right skills and to get the right jobs in our local economy. So what I really hope from out of today is that we'll talk about things like really fantastic careers advice for students and parents, that we'll talk about the importance of vocational education and the many different ways there are in life to get skills, that we'll talk about how important it is that we keep on learning right through life, because that's important for maintaining prosperity for all throughout our careers, and that we celebrate what's good about Darlington. We celebrate the fact we've got great employers here who are giving apprenticeships a chance in the town, and we just do more and more of that to give all of our young people the very best chance in life.
Concluding the conference, Darlington Partnership Director Seth Pearson called for the debate to spur action and a catalyst for change.
This has been an immensely important conference for us. It's really helped us identify what we can actually do locally to address the issues of poverty that we've seen. We know the economy is beginning to pick up thanks to the hard work of many people involved, led by the council, but now we've got a real opportunity to make sure that everybody can take advantage of the opportunities we're about to bring.